Day 5 at the Nepal Premier League and a change in location. I'm not on the outfield. I wanted to give you a little look up here on the grass banks before we talk about today's play. Come with me. It's been separated into zones this year, but look at some of the additions for the fans. I know this is kind of really where everyone loves sitting, but we've got the Siddartha bank zone up there, then the Red Bull fan zone, that's where the cheerleaders are, and it works all the way around. So this zone is different to that one. So there's different entrance gates in now, and then over in my favourite section, the Nepal Cricket Supporters Society section. But also look at this addition up here, the grandstands. That's where the VIP seats are, and then the VVIPs where some of the team owners are over the far side. So not going to be able to walk around too much. We'll have to do it from here because these steep banks are so famous. Okay, let's talk about today's play. 2 games as always in these group stages, starting with the Pokhara Avengers. They were taking on, in this morning's contest, the top of the table, the Janakpur Bolts. And you looked at the Avengers. Remember, in their first game, at one stage they were 7 for 6 and in all sorts of trouble. They did play better today, and they put on what was, we felt, a slightly under par total of 138. I thought Michael Leask really added good impetus at the end of the innings. He smashed 25, I think it was off 11-12 balls, something like that. Critchley played pretty well too, but still 138, they're going to have to bowl very well. The star with the ball for the Bolts, yet again, Lalit Rajbanshi. 7 wickets for him now in the competition, behind only Sohail Tanvir at the top of the charts. When it came to the chase, well, I just don't know whether they ever really truly believed. Again, Leask was probably the best of the bowlers, 1 for 15 for him, but there was contributions again from Lahiru Malantha, the first to go past the 100-run marker in this tournament. He made 40 or so, but the real star of the show was Jimmy Neesham. He'd taken 2 wickets with the ball earlier. He didn't hit a single 4, he hit 5 sixes though. He smashed it to all parts of the ground. In the player of the match presentation after, chatting away to him, I said, "You hit 5 sixes, you didn't hit any 4s. He said, "Oh, mate, we're up at altitude, the balls, they travel further." He's a superstar, isn't he, the New Zealand all-rounder. And that means the Bolts, the Pupadu Dasanayake coached Janakpur Bolts, top of the table. 3 matches, 3 wins, 6 points. They almost, being honest with you, have 1 step into the playoffs already, and they could well be the favourites for the tournament. But earlier on, less than half an hour ago, this place was packed with a sea of yellow. The reason why: the team from the far west, they're the best supported team in this competition, the Sudurpaschim Royals, and actually they've got a big claim that maybe they're the early favourites. They've now played 2 and won 2. Why? Because they put in a thoroughly dominant performance over the Kathmandu Gurkhas. Early in the innings, it wasn't about that man Dipendra Singh Airee, it was the 3-dimensional cricketer from Scotland. I know we call the Tiger the 3D cricketer, there's a Scottish version too. That's Brandon McMullen. He, quite simply, could well end up being the best associate cricketer, I think, that's ever played the associate game. The Scotsman, he came in at number 3, he played really well, made a 31-ball 50, and just a couple of deliveries later, I just uttered on air, we haven't seen a century yet in this competition, it could be McMullen. He then got out, maybe gave it away a little bit again, a touch like he did the last time, but he made 53. That set it up beautifully for Brandon McMullen, for Dipendra Singh Airee to then come in. Brandon McMullen set it up for him. Airee came in, he did what he does. The noise when he was hitting boundaries here was quite sensational. Haven't really heard noises like it around this ground. There's no doubt one of the most popular players anywhere in the country is that Tiger. He was striking up towards 200 again. He hit 1-6 down here, wasn't even a bad ball. He's got it out, absolute wrists and hands of steel, gets it up into the sky. It brought the crowd to life. Sensational batting from him. They only posted 160 odd. You might have felt the Gurkhas, given what we saw the Bratnagar Kings do the day before, chasing down 190 in the afternoon game. You might have gone in at the halfway stage if you're a Gurkhas fan and said, we've got a chance. Stephen Eskinazi, he needed some runs after 2 low scores. He got them. Michael Levitt didn't have a great day though. Thought he was a bit expensive with the ball, and certainly the way in which Eskinazi played showed there was plenty of runs. At the halfway stage in the chase, you sensed maybe we've got another thriller on our hands, but from there they really tailed away. Pokhara came into the attack. I thought he was sensational. Eskinazi made 37. Pokhara, he bowled a maiden at one stage. Straight after that maiden, the youngster who'd only just landed off a plane from that under-19 Asia Cup, Naren Saud, he came in, he took a 5-fer, and they rolled away like dominoes, wicket after wicket after wicket. He got the match ball, he showed it to me in the post-match presentation. He was utterly delighted. The young man who's from Sudurpaschim, was playing for their under-19 side, just a couple of months ago was out representing the Nepal under-19s. What a story. off a plane late last night, straight into the team, 5 wickets to his name. Just the second 5-wicket haul of the tournament after Sohail Tanvir. It means that really, as we look at that league table now, it's all about 2 teams, isn't it? I know the Chitwan fans are going to say it's about 3 teams because Chitwan are unbeaten too, but there's 2 early pace setters for me. It's the Janakpur Bolts and certainly those Sudurpaschim Royals with all their fans. They could well make this place a sea of yellow come Saturday, the 21st of December for the grand final. It's been a brilliant first 5 days. The cricket's been excellent and I think it's only going to get better and better and better. Another double header tomorrow and it's all live on Star Sports. Join me, HD Ackerman, Manali Patel, Mikhail Viswami and Triram, all his expertise. That's me, over and out. We'll see you tomorrow.